Hey everyone, welcome. I hope you're all doing well. Today we're going to talk about the month of March 2024 and how different transits during this month will impact your happiness, your experiences, your life, and so much about life, so many aspects of your life. So, yeah, let's get started. And today I'm literally sitting in the corner of my room. I shifted my base to this corner because on my left, on my right, this room is a mess. Yeah, it's a complete mess. And just before I was starting with this video, I was dusting, I was cleaning it. So, yeah, I love getting ready. I want to look glamorous when I clean my house. Yeah, that's a hobby, I think. Just joking. But why I narrated this story to you, it's because this is the theme for the month of March. We have Sun, Rahu coming together in Pisces. And the Sun is what? It's the soul. It's your Atma. It's your identity. That sense of righteousness. Just like Jupiter, Sun also brings that inner truth. Okay? So, when Rahu is here with Sun in the same sign, there's definitely smoke, there's definitely dust accumulating on you, on your soul, on your eyes. And what happens? See, these eyes are like the mirror. This soul is also a mirror. You really give something to the world, and what reflects back your soul is also dealing with that. So this Rahu is like dust, and what you're going to do in this month, in this transit, is to remove all that dust so that your vision can get better. You can see life with clarity. No more delusion about life, no more confusion about life. And to make it a little difficult, we have Mercury also, which will get debilitated. It will join Sun in Rahu and Pisces. So whatever you say to yourself, that inner voice, that narrative you have, don't trust that. I'm talking about the bad things you say about yourself, about your identity. You should not listen to that voice which brings you down, or you criticize yourself. And also, when you look outward in the world, do not just simply trust anything. You have to keep your eyes open, okay? And again, observe the world. Take time to believe in something. So that's the play, okay? Sun with Rahu is identity being challenged. And then there's Mercury, which challenges your thought process here. Forced to believe in something, forced to see something as truth, which is not the truth. Sometimes we are becoming our own enemies. So this placement can do that. So clarity of mind, clarity of what you're experiencing, it may take time. So don't be negative towards self, most importantly, and don't view things in that negative approach. Don't, it's like wait and observe rather than quickly making any decision. And we also have a lunar eclipse, of course not visible in India, but we do have, a full moon along with the Ketu in Virgo. So it will be I think visible in North and South America. It will be visible in certain parts of Europe and Australia, but not in India. But definitely this will also have a great impact, and we'll talk about this in this analysis. So let's get started. Let's see how these transits will impact each and every sign as per your ascendant or the moon sign. Hey everyone, let's talk about Aries. So, for you, a lot is happening in your 12th house where the sun will join Rahu in Pisces and Mercury will be also there in the very same house. So, sun is the ruler of the fifth house. Mercury rules your third house of communication, sixth house of obstacles. So, Sun, Mercury joining Rahu there, this is about taking a break from what you do regularly in life. Taking out time to rest, taking out time to do some kind of cleansing. Like you have something big waiting for you, there are certain big plans ahead, and before that you take a little break, a little pause to re-energize. Not a good time to spill your beans, okay, to share your secrets with other people. There's certain things which needs to be kept secret. If you have any plans, it would be great to not to share those plans with the world for now, because sun in your chart rules over your happiness and your joy, and at this time, at any cost, protect your happiness, protect your joy, whatever you have now in your hands and whatever you will be experiencing, because you have something exciting, a dream, a hope, and you're working on it. So disconnecting from others, isolating yourself to heal, to take care of yourself is significant. And how you speak, what you say is also significant, because you may say things out of impulse, you may say things without thinking or without observing that situation, which will bring challenges and arguments as well. And within this month, the Mars will transit from Aquarius. It will be along with Venus and Saturn in the 11th house. A very brilliant time to receive all that reward, all that great things you truly deserve. You will have a strong influence on other people. You will have, I would say, you have this personality. You're reflecting a lot of power. You're super productive, you're doing things amazingly. Maybe this is the difference between your 11th and the 12th house this month, where in the 11th house you have Saturn, Venus and Mars, super productive in your career, doing things wonderfully, passionately, and achieving rewards, achieving recognition for what you are doing. But that constant dealing with the outer world and doing all that difficult tasks, there is this need to connect with self. The 12th house shows fatigue by constantly dealing with a lot of people. Mental fatigue is there, feeling drained, and that's why, despite of showing your best to the world, deep within there is this anxiousness, which is about resting, taking care of self. And you also have this eclipse, lunar eclipse in your 6th house this month, which is again focusing right away on your health. Changing a certain schedule or taking from a certain routine is happening. Like maximum planets are aligned in the 6th and the 12th house axis. So let's look into your messages. The first is the rejuvenating rain. Clear the past, heal the present. This is completely what I was talking about. This card is saying to rejuvenate, to cleanse something. The rain is always about cleansing and removing. So it could be removing all that clutter around you, in your home, in your place. Because 12th house can be jail, 12th house can also be a beautiful place, a sanctuary where you definitely isolate yourself from the world, but you have everything beautiful which you love around you. So that is significant. So cleansing your space, cleansing your life, and getting rid of what is not required, that rest. Then we have hydrangea. It says transmutation. We are all affected by our environment, and hydrangea reminds you to reclaim your power through the transmuting of emotions and releasing of victimization. You not only have the ability to overcome perceived obstacles, you can extinguish them by realizing you can move through them. Again, the theme of the 12th house. You should not be in that state of victimization, transmuting your emotions, reclaiming your power, because Sun Rahu can do that in the 12th house, where in certain situations you may feel like victim, but how long you can be in that state of victim is the question. So you are trying your best to go beyond these obstacles, which are mainly connected to your self-worth and identity. And also the transmutation, I connected with the 11th house, Saturn, Venus, Mars over there. Lot of power, passion to transmutate all that self-doubt into strengthening your skills, strengthening your efficiency, productivity. It's going to happen. And the last one is the universe is filled with love. Today, my goal is to give and receive love through at least 3 small acts of kindness. So, 3 planets in your 11th house in this month. 11th house is not just the fulfillment of what you want, but also what you give to the world, the humanity. So maybe this is especially the Saturn, Venus, Mars message here in the 11th house. 3 acts of kindness maybe in this month. This is going to bring a lot of love in your life. This may open up a door for you, door of luck. So definitely do this. For Taurus, you have Sun, Rahu, Mercury, all in your 11th house this month. In your chart, Sun rules over the 4th house of security, 4th house of domestic front. So Sun being with Rahu and Mercury, remember the Mercury debilitates here. It will take you out of your comfort zone. Whatever felt like challenge, whatever felt like it's so uneasy, you're not confident enough, you feel there is some identity issue with that aspect of life, you're not very open to it. I think Sun takes you to that situation to open up, because you have to face something. You have to open up and go beyond that comfort to achieve, to go to next level. That event happens here in this particular month, facing what challenges you the most. And maybe it's mostly the people, the challenging people around you, maybe at the work front, maybe your social network, your important friends. It could also be someone who is a family member, because Mercury is with Sun here. Mercury rules your 2nd house of family, the resources. Maybe you have to do a certain help to other person, financial, and you're resisting that because you know this other person is not so great with respect to money, might not be able to give you back. You're afraid of giving something because you're afraid it will not come back to you. It could be love, it could be help. Afraid to move forward and take that risk. So sun takes you out of comfort zone in this particular month, and also a lot of work towards enhancing your money. There is a little worry regarding your finances, how to grow, how to get that promotion, how to get that achievement. And the first step to it is that you must understand and accept it, that you deserve it, because the Rahu Mercury here may bring that thought process of maybe I don't deserve this, maybe someone else is better than me. So that inner doubt may really impact your success rate, and this could also lead to ego challenges or some issues with the people who are at authoritative position at your work front. It could be some authority issues with the guardian, with father figure. So yeah, there is conflict here. And in the 10th house, there is Saturn, Venus, Mars in Aquarius, where Venus is the lord of your first house and it meets Saturn. So along with that, yes, there is some worry and friction at the work front, yet you will continue to succeed. You're doing your best. Your productivity is amazing. You're working very hard, and not just that, you're very passionate towards your goals, whatever you want to. So you're giving your best shot. And this is a time when the reward part is not so strong, but your working part, your hard work is amazing, and it will yield that result you always wanted. Some kind of popularity may happen at the work front. There is this achievement, some kind of success, definitely not so huge, but sufficient enough to bring more better luck and opportunities for you. So meanwhile, you're doing your best work. Don't be in a hurry to get that success, because the 10th house shows, okay, you're doing your best, but your 11th house shows, oh, you're in a hurry to see the result. Where is the result? I must find the result. Okay. And also with respect to love also, it definitely shows responsibilities. What's beyond love is responsibility. That will become the very main theme of your relationship, to work and act and support the other person. So meanwhile, you work very hard, but you are instantly looking for that success. No, it says lie back, rest and relax, watching clouds. So you did your best, and now don't worry, lie back, rest and relax, watch the clouds. This connects a lot with the moon Ketu in your 5th house, the lunar eclipse happening over here, which shows that detaching from that sense of urgency. I want this now. I want to do this, achieve this right now, and sit back and feel the joy. Be joyful. Okay, so that's what the 5th house is showing. Then we have chamomile. It goes a lot with your 10th house. Even on what's up with the clouds, watching clouds, and then we have a cloudy day. So this could be the sun being with Rahu. Even on a cloudy day, the sun is shining. It is just obscured. Chamomile reminds you that even when faced with challenges and difficulties, your soul's warmth, serenity, equanimity is always present within, soothing and calming, helping you to weather any storm in a relaxed and harmonious state. So again, you're doing your best. Have confidence in what you are doing. And these clouds are definitely taking over the sun, and sun is like partially hidden, but yet it is shining. And have fun with those clouds, okay? Like whenever I see up in the sky, I always see clouds in certain shapes. My mind instantly tries to, figure out, oh, this cloud is in a shape of a dog. Oh, this cloud is in a shape of an airplane. So this is what I do. So looking at your difficulties with laughter, this is what I think the message is. Then it says mistakes are teachers and we should accept the lessons they offer. Today, I will remember to own my mistakes and forgive myself. I'm learning and growing through it all. So, this could be with, again, the Sun Rahu in the 11th house, certain situations where you acted very impulsively, you acted in a very weird way because you were just expecting love in certain situations, you were accepting some support from people, or maybe it's your work, you wanted to get things quickly and it led to some mistakes. Or maybe there is no mistake, but there are times when you blame yourself for a lot of things. So forgiveness is significant. For Gemini, you have Sun, Rahu, Mercury, all in your 10th house in Pisces this month. Now, for you, Mercury rules the first house of self, identity, physical self here, the physical well being. And then also, it rules the fourth house of mind, emotions, domestic front, security. So, it undergoes debilitation in the 10th house. And it joins the third house ruler, Sun, and the ninth house co ruler, Rahu. Now, this could be very unexpected travel coming in your way. And in that travel, there are many hassles. You don't want to travel, but you have to, and minor inconveniences while you travel. This may be a part of this transit. And also, Mercury shows that you are nervous. You're nervous about certain decisions regarding your career. Maybe you have some work project in your hands. You have something so relevant, important for you. It will decide the future career growth, and you're nervous with it. How can I handle it? How can I make it happen? Because Sun shows that you have to be very confident towards this work project or whatever you are doing. Or it could be simply about how the world views me. This can be the theme, what people are talking about me, and you're getting very easily impacted and influenced by what the world has to say about you. And it directly impacts your career, it directly impacts your efficiency. So you have to disconnect, you have to shut down all these doors from where the negative talk, the criticism is coming towards you. It's okay to have criticism, but I think the Rahu here brings very destructive criticism for you, which blocks you. You block your own way because of this criticism. So taking care of self is important, and have trust in the work you are doing. This could lead to some challenges at the work front, someone saying things to you which are negative. And also, this could be you rushing to complete your work at this time. Meeting a deadline is happening. Or it could also be getting deeper, doing some research, finding minute details which can help you in your professional journey. And then we also have Saturn, Venus, Mars in your ninth house in Aquarius, where Venus is the lord of the 12th house, the 5th house. Mars rules over the 6th house. So having the 12th lord, 8th lord, 6th lord all together in the ninth house, this is also about you overcoming a huge challenge, something you always thought is so difficult, irritating, almost impossible, and you overcome that challenge. With respect to love as well, this is about having the courage to open up your heart and experience love. Be open to people, be open to friendships. You cannot shut down yourself when it comes to dealing with the world, but also initially, as I said, shut down those doors from where you're only getting sadness. We cannot accept that sadness, that dangerous criticism. But also, you cannot shut down every door, because you have to be with the world, experience this world. So that flexibility, that learning of what to do at what time, that learning comes from your ninth house, how to deal with the world. And you have this lunar eclipse, full moon in the 4th house this particular month. In this is the house of home, feeling of security and home like. So this lunar eclipse in the 4th house does indicate being concerned about a certain loved one, focusing on your emotional connections. There's certain people with whom we can connect emotionally very well, but despite of having that emotional connection and love, these people do drain us. So this could be disconnecting from the people who drain you emotionally, and this could also be reconnecting with people or reconnecting with yourself to find that comfort, doing things which really make you feel very comfortable. So it could be you doing certain rituals, it could be you cleaning your house, whatever makes you feel home like. Maybe making your favorite meal. So you distracting yourself from the 10th house matters by doing something which you love, by staying at home and doing what you love. So the messages are protected by angels, you are cherished by the angels. So this could be again your ninth house, where you have Saturn, Mars, and Venus. All that hard work you have done, all that courage you have to continue to move forward despite of hardships, I think you are being cherished and loved by the divine, and you'll be protected all the time. Don't have to worry much. And then we have self-heal, responsibility. True healing is a journey that engages the whole of your being in a spiraling process of deeper and deeper levels of understanding and self-awareness. Self-heal addresses the special connection between your soul and your body and encourages you to take responsibility for your own personal journey. This is the 10th house. 10th house has a lot to do with responsibilities, and the Sun Rahu here meeting in Pisces, learning to take responsibility of yourself, learning to take responsibility of your life is what you are going to understand. Because not every time when something hits you, the life hits you, you can fall down again and again. You have to make yourself very strong, and that strength comes from healing the old wounds. So you're taking that step to heal self in this particular month. And then we have calm, Shant, Sukoon, serene. The quieter you become, the more you can hear. Starting this moment, I will keep my breath calm and relaxed. I shall feel my body becoming lighter and my mind becoming free of stress. My life is at peace from this moment and on. So this is the moon and the full moon, or you can say lunar eclipse in Virgo in your fourth house. That disconnect and taking that calm breath, making yourself more relaxed. So this is the theme of this month. For Cancer, the month of March is quite significant here, important for you, because firstly, your first house ruler, Moon, will be along with Ketu when it will be blooming in this full moon phase. It is along with Ketu. There's a lunar eclipse in Virgo. And also in the ninth house, there is Sun, Rahu, Mercury. So a lot happening in the third and the ninth house axis. So this lunar eclipse which is going to happen in your third house, it indicates the need to let go, to be right in everything. The need to be correct, that I am correct, I'm doing the right thing, I must do the right thing. It's okay to have certain flaws. So this brings the acceptance of flaws. This brings the need to stay away from a lot of drama. This brings this acceptance of, okay, I need not to be showing this, oh, I'm right, I can do right things. Of course you are right, you might be doing the right thing, but that act of convincing and pushing yourself, this is what you don't want to, and you're trying to get away from it. What you are attracting here is being in the state of happiness, like having this carefree attitude towards certain aspects of life. I cannot take that burden, I cannot prove myself again and again. So disconnection is happening, disconnection in the communication with certain people, like not talking to certain people, saving your energy. This is what you are doing, because people are really creating chaos for you this month. So you're trying not to indulge into that drama. Choose your battle wisely. This is a major theme for you, since your 12th lord Mercury, and it joins Rahu, which co-rules the 8th house. They're meeting in the 9th house. So it could be struggle with authority, it could be struggle with siblings as well, or some kind of struggle or challenge with a teacher, a guru-like figure, as if you are being told to follow something. You are being forced to follow a certain belief system, and you cannot blindly follow that. You will have this instinct of not to follow everything so blindly. So yes, what you observe, and whether you follow it or you just become an observer, this is your challenge. You don't have to flow with what you are understanding and accept it. It could also be about traveling to different places, those places which are absolutely alien to you. You have never been to these places. It could be new opportunities coming in your way, but there might be some catch in the opportunity you may get. So again, be observant, look into details, don't look into the superficial qualities of whatsoever you attract in life, whether it's people, whether it's your work opportunities, financial opportunities. The finances may undergo some challenges because of the unexpected expenditures coming in your way. Or you may purchase something and you may find out, okay, this is not so great. Oh, I wasted my money. So that could be the thing. So if you're doing online purchases, you have to be careful, because Mercury may bring that tricky energy here. And Saturn, Venus, Mars in the 8th house, where Saturn is the 7th lord, and of course Venus is the 11th lord here, 4th lord. Venus is love. There is a need to be more vigilant with respect to the people in your life, whether it's a partnership, business partnership, collaboration. I think you may end up doing the most of the work, or in a relationship, there is the need to understand the other person's perspective, and same for the other person. That person needs to understand your perspective, how you function in life, that depth of a relationship, that foundation needs to be made. So there can be some friction, since Mars is with Venus in the 8th house in Aquarius. Yet I think Saturn here will help you to look into that depth. Maybe it could be you have to make certain improvement in your career, so you are in that preparation phase, doing your best. So a lot of work which is behind the scenes is happening here. Okay, let's look into these cards. Cleansing waters, purification activates a vibrant life force. So it connects with the 3rd house, the moon. There's a full moon in Virgo. It is about cleansing your environment. You have to be very focused and alert. Who should be in your company, and who should be completely avoided. We have 2 dragonflies. Wow. You are going to be very free spirited in this particular month. Freedom is so important for you. Doing your own thing is so important to you. Then we have white pine. It says wisdom, and wisdom connects to the 9th house, where you'll be having Sun, Rahu, Mercury. Like a loving parent, white pine holds you in her embrace so that you feel safe, grounded, and still, and able to find the space for the quiet reflection. She helps you to tap into the ancient wisdom stored in your heart and release your worries so that they can be absorbed by the earth. So again, that very same thing, that you must release your worries. Anything taken and decision taken in a very quick way may bring challenges, because Mercury in this month is challenging your wisdom, undergoing debilitation. You may take decisions by just looking at the face value, the superficial things, and that must be avoided. And the last one is, today I will remember 3 magical mantras. I radiate positive energy. I sparkle with self-confidence. I shine with potential. Again, your 9th house. So you must remember these 3 things. For Leo, your 1st house ruler, the dispositor of your moon, Sun, is going to transit from your 8th house. It will be along with Mercury, which is undergoing debilitation. It will be along with Rahu, all of them in Pisces. For Leos, this is not a very easy month, because your mind, that Mercury, brings a lot of worries and tensions which are not so significant, yet it's bothering you. Mercury shows recalling the past, what happened, what went wrong, what the other person was saying, thinking about past. Because your 12th house ruler, moon, will be a full moon in your second house. There's a lunar eclipse here in second house. So what you valued the most at one point of time, you're thinking about it, what went wrong, and it's like your own thought process challenging you, being in a victim state or being in a state of, oh, I'm the one who creates this mess. I am in a mess, and because I create the mess. So a lot of negative self-talk is here. And the best part is, so not everything is bad here. The best part is this is the house of revival, regeneration, and I think it's the phoenix moment for you in this month, where you get up out of that victim mode or the guilt mode, and you are being born again, looking at your priorities in life, what you want, looking at your purpose, what you want. And I think this transition is happening from forgiveness to starting all over new in life. So there is revival here, revival of your soul, cleansing of your soul, cleansing of what you think about yourself. No more in that victim state, no more anxiousness, no more of other people having control on your journey. And then your seventh house is so strong here with Saturn, Venus, and Mars. This could be about dealing with some kind of injustice in a partnership, in the matters of love, significant connection, collaboration, where you felt you did the most work. You're the person who is bringing that creativity. You are the source of everything good here, and you're fighting for that justice. There is friction. Mars Venus is about passion or it's friction. And when I say friction here, it's because of the Saturn in Aquarius. They join Saturn here. So there is friction regarding the responsibilities. How you and the other person commit together to create something, to do a business, to do a certain partnership, collaboration, or simply it's about life. It's about taking care of home, taking care of each other. So understanding that passion is important, but also is the stability in life, the stability with respect to love, stability with respect to finances. So having that stability and being fair in sharing the resources, this is what you're dealing with in this particular month. And of course there's lunar eclipse in your second house, which does indicate there is some burden with respect to family life, what you have to do for others, and so on. So the first message is joy and delight. Open your heart to joy. So again, this is about opening up your heart towards life, towards new things. No more in the state of victim or sadness. Yeah, look how she is. I think she's looking towards the light, some source of light, or towards the sun. And there is a song of, I think, Hilary Duff, I'm chasing the sun, so you are chasing the sun, in the month of March. It's a very nice song, meaningful song. Like in that song, she's so bored of her office. She's so bored of the corporate life and the people getting nosy, interfering in her life. And she's this free spirited bird doing what gives her joy and delight. So this is what you are doing. And then we have yarrow, boundaries. So again, this is what I was telling you. Let the old be the old. It could be people, okay, because we have boundaries. Like a little umbrella or shield, yarrow offers protection from negative energies or toxic influences. She helps you to build strong, healthy boundaries and compassionate awareness of self and others, and to avoid unnecessary energy leaks and general depletion as you evolve and grow. So maybe you are disconnecting this month so that you can get back your energy to be more energetic, to heal again. So whatever depletion has happened, you will recharge yourself again, and you are cutting away from some toxic people. Then the last message is, I'm valuable. Today I shall believe in my skills and abilities. I will not run myself down. I will learn to trust myself more and more every day. So, I'm valuable is again the second house where there is lunar eclipse. And also, this one, I will not run myself down. I will learn to trust myself more and more every day, is the sun with Rahu in the 8th house. This is the affirmation you must say in this month. For Virgo, there's a full moon in your first house this month. Moon will join Ketu here. There's a lunar eclipse in your first house, and this is about overcoming a lot of challenges. Whatever it is, whatever looks like a threat, I think this is the final dive of removing that fear, uprooting that fear completely, like dealing with that worst battle, the worst fear, and then you see how powerful you are going to be. So that strength will come back here. So it is about decluttering again, understanding what you feel, what you are going through. There's certain things which are okay, you have your worries, but there are certain things which are not your ideas. These are not your views. It's just the burden of the other people, what they are bringing into your life. And then you declutter, you create that space for yourself, completely removing something, like cleansing and rejuvenating. This is what is happening for you. But this could also be about, like, when you will be around this full moon, you may be very heavy. You may feel very heavy. You may feel lethargic. You may feel burdened by certain thoughts, some kind of guilt. So, yeah, don't let that overpower you. And in this month, you have Sun, Rahu, Mercury, all in your seventh house in Pisces. Most importantly, see, Mercury is ruling over your first house. Over there, you have Ketu, and Mercury now debilitates in the seventh house. Not a very good time to speak the truth. You want to confront something, you want to say something. I think there's not enough strength for now that you can fight or connect with others and speak your truth. I'm not saying you have to lie. I'm just saying whatever you have, that energy, that emotional strength is not sufficient to get into some fight or to confront or to say something, because Mercury, being the first lord, getting debilitated in the seventh house, is about a lot of confusion, arguments, misunderstanding with the other person. It could be a partner, it could be a business partner, in the matters of love, in the matters of transactions, in the matters of any legal contracts. So Mercury is about confusion, or maybe there is no challenge, but Mercury shows some kind of fears coming from the past experiences where you are dealing with trust issues and you cannot open up, you cannot connect with the world, and you don't have to force yourself to connect with others. So you have to be vigilant and careful while dealing with others, because with your Mercury, that the first lord, 10th lord, representing your career as well, the Mercury is also be along with the sun, which is the 6th lord, sorry, the 12th lord. Oh my god, what's wrong with me? Yeah, sun, the 12th lord, and the Mercury, the first and the 10th lord, all together here with Rahu. So again, choose your battle wisely. Choose the places where you have to speak and prove yourself very wisely. Not everywhere you have to constantly be, proving yourself. There's a lot of draining of emotions. So I would say that you have to be selective this month, where to work, where to invest yourself, and where to completely create boundaries with people. And with respect to work, this can be a super busy month because of firstly, the sun transiting from 7th house, dealing with some problematic people, dealing with difficult projects. And then the 6th house is occupied by Saturn, Venus, Mars as well, in Aquarius. Super busy, doing your best, being very passionate towards your work, but along with that passion there's a lot of workload. But you're also very courageous this month. Whatever work you will be doing, the responsibility you may take, you will fulfill it very nicely. Some health challenges are there, something connected to the blood, inflammation, immunity. So that needs a lot of care. Let's look into the messages. First is the passion and pleasure. Savor your life. Be balm, vibrance. Add some spark to your life. Be balm encourages you to let go of inhibitions, cut loose, be passionate, and sing your song at the top of your lungs without judgment. Every day is a gift worth celebrating. Be Balm reminds you to show up and embrace the potential of your own life. No excuses. This is what the first house is doing, Moon, along with the Ketu this month. Add some spark to your life. But how will you do that? You have to cut loose, let go your inhibitions. Don't be in fear of judgment, that others will judge me for living my life and taking my best decisions. So that vibrant mode of you needs to be out there. And passion and pleasure is again about, I said, Mars, Venus, doing things with a lot of passion. You're not just working hard, but trying to be there, enjoy that moment of whatever you are doing. You don't want to be like a robo working all day, all night, but you're taking out time to relish life as well. Learning to do that is also a part of this month. And the last one is, there should be no regrets in our life, only a history of lessons learned. Today, I will remember that everything that happens to me teaches me something valuable. So, this connects with the Saturn's transit in the 6th house. No more regrets. Whatever happened is the lessons you learned, and you're very proud of where you are now. Lessons are learned, and now you're much more wiser. Okay. For Libra, you have a lot of planets here in the 6th and the 12th house axis. In the 6th house, there will be Sun, Mercury, Rahu, all in Pisces. And in the 12th house, you have Ketu over there. There will be a full moon in this house. The moon will be in Virgo. There's a lunar eclipse happening in the 12th house. So for Libra, this is a complete breakthrough, coming out of a certain situation, finding that closure, going beyond a certain obstacle, a certain limitation is happening in this particular month. And the challenge is, are you willing to move away from the situation? Because your 12th house is ruled by Virgo. For Libra people, there's a reason why the 12th house ruled by the Virgo sign, because it shows, are you willing to free yourself from a certain attachment, a certain entanglement? Do you think it is worth it to be there? A place where there is not enough equality. So this is what you are doing, moving away from these situations which became a huge obstacle for you, because it's like you waited a lot for something to happen or to resolve, like you waited too much in a particular place, and now you are moving away from it. This is what is happening here in the month of March. And Sun in the 6th house, 11th lord, along with Mercury, which rules the 12th house, which rules the 9th house. And then there is Rahu, the 5th house co-ruler. So this debilitation of Mercury in the 6th house is indicating that there are few things which is so important for you. Maybe it's your work situation, maybe it's about your daily life. There are few things which are so important, almost like addiction, almost like there's such great attraction towards these things that this attraction or attachment is bringing challenges for you. So again, that same theme is repeating, disconnecting, closure, putting an end to certain battles, dramas, conflicts is going to happen. And Sun may keep you very busy at work. You're dealing with some sensitive matter, sensitive project, sensitive elaborate work, and you have to see into minute details. So this is what you may do. The work is so important in the month of March. And you may also have some authority over you, some kind of burden coming through authority, which may keep you on the edge. It could be a parent, it could be some senior, it could be a teacher. So don't make mistakes when you're working under pressure. That could happen with this Mercury, overlooking something, distracting yourself. Some minute mistake or error is going to happen if you work under that pressure of constant, because you may feel you're constantly being judged. It's not about that you won't be able to do your work, but when you're doing your work, you're constantly being judged. You are in this vision of other people, and you feel you will be judged all the time. So that fear also needs to go. So it's quite a busy month for Libra. And in the 5th house, there is this big support of Saturn, Mars, and Venus. You're doing wonderfully. Whatever you're striving for, you will see success. With respect to love also, I think you are working towards better understanding. You're working towards how to make a bond more fulfilling here. Deeper understanding of what are the wants, what are the desires, what are the goals in the relationship, any kind of partnership or even friendships. Understanding the views, understanding the needs, that is very significant. And fifth house is also about joy. It is the house of celebration, so you might be participating in a certain event. You might be starting with some kind of activity or a hobby, investing into it along with your friends, working along with your friends, spending time with certain people is going to happen. Like learning something new, but you're not doing it alone, you're along with certain people or friends. And yeah, let's look into these messages. Grounding, go deep, explore your roots. So this is about your I would say the fifth house, going back to see what you love the most, what you cherish the most. And when you do those activities, when you indulge into that work, it brings more grounding, more strength and balance in your life. So yeah, focusing on what makes you happy, but not just happy, but brings stability. Then we have nasturtium, vitality. Spicy, sensual nasturtium encourages your spiritual and thinking self to come into balance with earthly physical reality. She brings warmth and vitality into practical experience of your daily life, motivating you into action as opposed to just thinking about it. No more procrastinating. Yes. This resonates with Sun, Rahu, Mercury, all in your sixth house, bringing everything into some shape or form. Your dreams and your visions transforming into reality rather than just thinking and thinking and planning and doing nothing, worrying about the entire day. Oh, I have so much to do. Instead of starting with your stuff, doing one thing at one time, this is what you have to work on. Like, rather than overthinking, let's do my work bit by bit by proper planning. And also this resonates with the health, taking care of your health. Health is so significant here. The last one is everyone does the best they can. Today I will let go of a grudge that I have long held against someone. I will move beyond forgiveness to understanding and compassion. Your fifth house, Venus, Mercury, Saturn in fifth house. Deep grudge, or you would say some hidden feeling regarding someone. And this could be a very old person, like you know this person from a lot of time or childhood. That could be the thing, letting go that uneasy feeling, because somewhere it interferes a lot with what you can be and how you can use your skills. For Scorpio, the first house ruler, Mars, will be joining the transiting Saturn and Venus in the fourth house in Aquarius. This could be about some major change with respect to the home. It could be renovation, it could be purchasing a new vehicle, it could be mending something, it could be a machinery, a design, a structure, mending something significant in your life, at your home. It could also be about taking up certain financial responsibilities, doing something relevant for your loved ones. So Mars brings the need to give away, give away some help, give away some resources to important people. And it also indicates when you're living in a closed space within a certain boundary with someone, there will be friction, and that friction is active for Scorpio people. With that Venus and Saturn in Aquarius and then Mars here, there is friction because of the privacy being invaded, the freedom is being challenged, how you want to live your life, how you want to do things, that is being questioned or challenged by someone significant. It could be family members, it could be a lover, a partner. So you want to be free, you want to live life in a certain way, and then there is some restriction which bothers you. But on a material level, there's a lot of growth and bringing new things into your life. Okay. Okay, so let's look into the other placements as well. So as I mentioned, the major theme for this month is the Sun, Rahu, Mercury in the 5th house in Pisces. In your chart, Sun rules over the career, the profession, where you stand in society. So Sun with Rahu and Mercury, where the Mercury debilitates. Mercury is the 11th lord, and also it rules the 8th house. So there is sudden change of plans for you, or maybe you are doing something, and in that process there is some unexpected challenge, unexpected situation. So you have to rethink, how can I improve this, how can I change it, how can I be more productive here. Some correction is going to happen because in the 11th house also you have a full moon in Virgo, you have a lunar eclipse here in the Virgo, the full moon joins the Ketu here. So it is about, if you want to achieve something, if you want that reward, you must go back and fix something. Some obstacle is there. It could be some emotional block you are dealing with. That emotional block needs to go away, that inner voice of I cannot do this because I failed in the past, and if I'll do this then some problem will happen. Like your mind is creating excuses that why a certain thing cannot happen. So you have to go beyond that. This is what your 5th and the 11th house axis this month is indicating. And definitely people are trying to challenge your happiness. Whatever makes you happy, they are pointing fingers towards that. This is not a great thing to do. What you feel makes you happy is like a joke to someone else, but you cannot treat yourself as a joke. Again, that significant lesson is here. With respect to friendships, love, romance, not so easy. Not so easy. See, your 1st and 7th lord this month are together in Aquarius with Saturn. So there is this attraction, there is this pull, great pull between you and the significant person. But Saturn brings in the reality of life, how life throws challenges at you, and what you love the most, you do undergo certain tests. And this is about your happiness, what you want to grow in your life, what you believe in. Sun is the identity, and as it transits from your 5th house, where there is Rahu in Pisces, this is about clearing away, dusting away all the dust, all the clutter which hides you, your purpose, and what you want. Chasing your happiness. This is what you want, that freedom to chase your happiness, what you want freely, rather than being in a guilty mode. So let's look into the messages. Solitude. In silence, the peace prevails. So this could be you again, looking at your life, what you want. This is the sign of wisdom. Trusting your wisdom, not trusting the voices you're hearing, and spending some time alone. Sun, Rahu, Mercury in the fifth house of joy, in the fifth house of, I would say, romance as well. You are preferring to be a bit in a silent mode and looking at yourself, what actually is important in your life, what you want, what you truly want. Moon, Ketu in 11th house of networks, trying to detach and just be in silence so that you can truly figure out what to do and where to go in life. And then we have evening prime rose, rebirth. Evening prime rose helps you to release old wounds and feelings of rejection. The fifth house, completely fifth house theme, rebirth here with the Rahu and Sun in Pisces. So it helps you to release old wounds and feelings of rejection, self-pity, and other heart-heavy issues you may have carried from birth or early childhood. She allows for a sort of a spiritual rebirthing or birthing of your true self, so you can make room for more joy, fun, and playfulness in your life. So this is what I was trying to say, because this is the fifth house of also the childhood or the children. So you may be working along with children, trying to remove certain fears from their life. Or it could be you, what you have experienced when you were young, and if that experience still narrates your current life, I'm not capable of doing this or that, or I failed. So this is about rebirth and going into your true self version. Okay. And evening prime rose is always showing some kind of revival or reminder, a reminder of a certain promise, reminder of a certain plan which needs to be executed. So the evening prime rose also shows a reminder of something is pending and you must get back to it. Then we have anxious feelings are like visitors and won't stay forever. Today I will think positively and remember that all of my troubles and worries will one day fade away. Yeah, so this is what you must say to yourself. This is the affirmation you must say. And yeah, this resonates with your fifth house. Hey everyone, let's talk about Sagittarius. So for you, I really want to talk about Jupiter. Jupiter rules your first house and it's all set in preparation to move into Taurus. That is your sixth house. All that desire, all that dream of achieving big in life, whether you want to improve your finances and everything, I think you're reaching to the point, you're very close to that achievement of a certain goal, or that very start of what you always wanted to create, something valuable in your life. And let's go back to your fourth house now. There is Sun, Rahu, Mercury in Pisces, where the Sun is the lord of the ninth house in your chart. Mercury rules over your profession. It rules over your relationships, your partnership, public dealing. Mercury is the lord of the 7th and the 10th house, and it undergoes the debilitation in the 4th house. This indicates being very busy with your personal life, your people, your relationships, the important bonds of family or emotional ties. And you feel that someone is masking over your identity, your opinions. Two things. Either someone is have trying to have control on your life, your actions, not giving you that enough space, and then you get in this state of anxiousness. Or it could be the another message for you, that is all that glitter is not gold. Someone's mask is going to fall and you can see the reality. Okay, so this is what I feel like. You thought this thing, this situation, this person was a great emotional support, but I think it turned out to be a big lesson in your life. This is what you may feel and see. And this is definitely focusing more on your home, more on your comforts, more on the standard of living, how happy you are with your life, and you want to, look back and change things. You may see some struggle in your career. You may be struggling with your maybe a certain partnership. I think the root goes into the 4th house. Some connection is there. How much do you respect yourself? How people respect your boundaries? How much space, how much freedom you gave to others to get into your life and breach the boundaries, and it led to that suffocation where you're not free to speak, you're not having that confidence to speak freely what your heart says, what your mind says. So trying to remove all that, the dust which is about opinion of other people, what they expect from you, keeping you in this overwhelmed state. And I think sun in the 4th house with Rahu is also you being in a victim mode, you being in a place where you're not overcoming a certain setback because you continue to see yourself as someone who is being punished, being threatened. But you need to start again, like a small step, and then you can move forward. Like one step forward, initiation is required. Because Mercury in the 4th house, that too debilitated in this transit, this is about being stuck mentally, and you yourself are invading your happiness and your mental space by negative self-talk. And there's more focus towards home, how to be at home, like in that your private space, to be comfortable in your own company. That is significant for Sagittarius. And also diving into some work which makes you happy, a certain hobby, a certain maybe I would say just relaxing, leisure. Okay, so Saturn, Venus, Mars in Aquarius in your 3rd house. This is about you doing your work in a very amazing way, diligent, focused, and there is a lot of enthusiasm as well towards what you are creating and doing. This month there is interaction, connection with people because of work. Meeting new people could happen. It could also be reinitiating certain talk or conversation with a very old friend, or someone with whom you were not talking till now. There was this, um, I would say, coldness. Everything was frozen. A cold war was happening. So, initiating again to connect, to communicate, and to express yourself. You really want to do that. You may express yourself through your speech, through your work, through your creativity, through your passion, whatever you love the most. I think you're taking it very seriously and doing it. There is popularity because of the work you are doing, but there are struggles in two realms, that is your home and your work. Creating that balance, because you already have Rahu Ketu here, and then there is this full moon along with Ketu in Virgo this month. There's a lunar eclipse happening here. So this leads to that imbalance. The major lesson, the major theme of this lunar eclipse in your 10th house is about not investing too much in those areas of your work or your life where you're constantly pushing hard to prove yourself, because people will see what they want to see. I think this is happening for Sagittarius. No matter how hard you work, they detach their vision from there. They don't want to see there what you are doing, what gift you are bringing. So you're giving yourself a punishment and trying to prove yourself. I think, or it could be simply dissatisfaction, so that you can find new ways to work better, to be more focused towards life. So let's look into your messages. Wise leader, you are a beacon for others. So 10th house, you changing your way of looking at things. Someone needs to be there who becomes a leader and changes a certain rule, a certain way of working, becoming this leader, I would say inspiration for others. So a decision you take this month makes you this leader who is bearing this torch. You're changing a rule. You're changing which has been blindly followed by others, and you change it, bringing a new light. Yeah, it resonates with your 10th house. And then we have mugwort. It says integration. There is a rhythm and balance to all life, a dance between physical reality and spiritual world. Mugwort opens and expands your consciousness to embrace all that you are, light and dark, body and spirit, helping you to integrate all aspects of your multidimensional consciousness into everyday practical life. So this integration is about the 4th and the 10th house, as I mentioned, struggling to balance it, struggling to be at a neutral point, not too focused on anything, but bringing everything together and being in a rhythm, being in balance. And the last one is to be loved is a blessing. I manifest love. I love myself and give love back. I receive love from everyone around me. An abundance of love surrounds me. So this goes with the 3rd house, the Venus, Saturn, Mars here. Don't judge yourself. Don't be so harsh on yourself that I'm unlovable. Okay, and this is my flaw, so no one will love me. That thought should be completely removed. So this is an affirmation for you. You can say it to yourself, maybe in March, maybe for whole life. Hey everyone, let's talk about Capricorn. For Capricorn, you have Sun, Rahu, Mercury, all in the 3rd house in Pisces. Here, Sun is your eighth lord, and the eighth lord being in the house of decision, communication, courage, and strength, along with Rahu. This could be because Rahu co rules the second house, so it could be about fear of making the same mistakes which you saw someone, maybe a parent figure, doing in the past. Afraid of maybe certain financial challenges which happened in the past, which happened because of some ignorance of a very close person, and you may feel, I should not reach there, I should not do that. So there is a major focus on saving, major focus on how can I plan my finances, how can I save more, spend less. So this is what you're working on. And eighth lord in the third house is about, don't let your fear, insecurities push you to take a certain decision. You should be driven with happiness. You should be driven with your purpose and passion to reach where you want to go and achieve. But there are fears which may cloud your mind in this transit. Don't let do that. Maybe you're just nervous about your public appearance and what you are saying. Maybe you don't mean it, but some people um, may try to criticize you the way you speak, or your words are being misjudged here. So you have to be careful of how you speak, and don't reveal your secrets to everyone, how much you speak. You have to be very focused towards your circle, your very private circle, because there might be something or someone who is not very honest to you, keeping up with your secrets and everything. So not everyone can be in your circle. This is what you might be learning, because remember, Mercury, which debilitates, it's the sixth lord. It rules over the enemies, and Sun is the secrets, the controversies. So be careful of what you share and what you say to others. The positive part of this transit is you gathering the final points or certain important um, calculations to start with something new. Like there is a place where you are stuck in your work, in your life. You have to figure out something. So that math will happen here. Observation, researching, understanding. And of course, with this transit, don't make very quick decisions. It will be very difficult if you do that. And in the second house, as I said, there is Saturn, Venus, Mars. Saturn is the first lord, Venus is the 10th lord. So there is financial abundance and growth. And not just that, you will be recognized for the effort you are doing. Your value is being appreciated by the world. But you are also giving away certain part of your income or your money. Maybe you want to invest into a new business, or you are investing in your family life, helping someone out here. In the ninth house, you'll have a full moon in Virgo, the full moon along with the Ketu here, lunar eclipse in this house, which brings sudden revelation. Suddenly, there's a situation which you thought is always going to be a mystery in your life. There's this revelation, you get your answer and you overcome that challenge. being blessed, a challenge transformed into opportunity, a difficult situation transformed into a blessing since you learned a very important lesson. So, counting your blessings and overcoming the challenges, full support of the divine is here. Let's look into important messages. And also, Moon is your seventh lord. So it could be a closure, getting answers with respect to the matters of love, why this happened, and what are the intentions of the other person. That revelation, that understanding will happen here. So the first one is the wandering path. Enjoy the journey. So again, it goes with Moon Ketu, the full moon in the Virgo in the ninth house. Even if you have wandered, you feel as if you're lost, you're way away from your purpose. I think this detour should also be enjoyed because there's a reason you are there and you're learning something new. The lessons are important for this month. And then we have speed well, insight. Life seems to speed by, bird eye speed well helps you to slow down, to be patient, and to become aware of the bigger picture. She shares her grounding energy so that the ego cannot get in the way of true insight and facilitates true healing by expanding the conscience beyond personal beliefs and conditioning. So this is what the sun and the Rahu and the Mercury are telling you. Don't let your ego keeps you away from understanding a certain reality. You just want a certain result and you're so into it that this is what I want, that you ignore a lot of mistakes of someone. You are ignoring the facts, the reality, because you're so focused towards a certain dream, obsessed about something. So true insight, again, the sudden revelation, a truth will happen in this month. My body has stood by me through all the ups and downs of my adventure through life. As I grow older, I shall embrace the physical changes in my body. I promise to be proud of how my body looks and what it can achieve. So, this could be about you worrying regarding your appearance, how you look, how your body is going through changes, fear of aging, fear of maybe others judging you how you look. But I think whatever you're dealing with respect to your body, no, not with respect to diseases, but when you feel, okay, I'm lethargic, or oh, I have wrinkles, oh, I have acne, oh, this and that. I think your body showing these things is an indication of how life was, how you were going through these highs and lows, and growing old is a blessing. So cherish these changes. Do not be afraid of these physical changes you're going through. Okay? So you should be proud of your life and your journey. Hey everyone, let's talk about Aquarius. So in your first house, you already have Saturn, and now in this month, Venus and Mars will join the Saturn in Aquarius. So the first lord meets the ninth lord, which is about movement, which is about prosperity. Saturn Venus is always about some kind of justice delivered, balance is happening, that financial abundance and stability is happening. So attaining more balance in these areas, and it's not just attaining balance but moving forward. But also, this month brings the need and the opportunity to give away something to others. Maybe you're helping financially, maybe you are giving moral support, maybe you are just there as a support system, like a pillar to people. This month is about how can you give rather than take. And when you give, there is a blessing waiting for you. I'm not saying that in order to get that blessing, you start helping people. It's just that something is waiting, and it gets activated once you do this act of kindness. And yeah, there's a lot with respect to work, being very busy with your work, and there is friction at the work front because Mars joins the Saturn in the first house. So there is friction. Mainly, this friction is about jealousy. The root of this friction is jealousy or rivalry at the work front, and maybe it could be rivalry with some elder sibling, which may bother you, which may keep your mind a bit detached from your true goal or purpose. So the emotions are heavy because of that rivalry thing you may be experiencing in this transit. But other than that, the passion, the zest you have, you will do wonderfully. The challenge which comes with this Mars joining the Saturn, of course, Mars also rules your third house. It's that the Aquarian trait is about sometimes rushing away from that main nucleus where the entire work is happening, where the entire challenge is there, and disconnecting from that. That runaway kind of energy is very true for Aquarius. When you're doing your best, you're giving your 200%, and when you feel triggered, you just run away. Not like Pisces, but this is about, it's not about fear which keeps you away from facing the challenge, but it's the overwhelming feeling, that burden. So Mars may bring that anger, that overwhelming feeling where you may sometimes try to disconnect from the situation, where you have to work, you have to do your best. So don't try to be in this state of anger forever. Let that anger go away. That is the big lesson, because your anger may interfere in your work, in your productivity. But again, there is success, there is moving forward in your work. So the main theme was Sun, Rahu, Mercury in Pisces. So this is happening in your second house, which indeed means there are conflict with a parent, conflict with someone senior in your life who is older, who thinks this person thinks he or she may have authority over you, and you just question your life with this. How can I just break away from this and be focused on my identity? How can I just have a free will in life and do my job, do my work which I wanted to do? How to chase my happiness? So there is this yearning for freedom in this month. And Mercury, I think, shows gossip, being debilitated in the second house. There is gossip about you, and then you start underestimating your value. You start underestimating what's so valuable to you. Maybe you're underestimating how you look, your appearance. But I think with the moon and the Ketu lessons coming from the 8th house, you're absolutely disconnecting from this fear of what world will think about me, how they view me. That transformation happens here because we have a full moon in Virgo in the eighth house, and of course, the full moon joins the Ketu here. There's a lunar eclipse here, getting rid, moving away from all the obstacles your mind have created till now. But this could be adversely impacting the communication in the matters of love and partnerships. Who will break the ice? Who will be more communicative here? Who will share his or her opinions? So there is this coldness which may happen uh, in dealing with important people in your life. Or either there is a lot of gossip. There are two extremes here, the gossip, or there is this a cold war happening between you and significant people. Your second and the eighth house axis shows reluctance to be out there and share your views with others, to pour your heart. And let's look into these messages. It says traveling lightly, simplify your life. So this is with the moon and the Ketu influence, the full moon in the eighth house, detachment. All the chaos and the burden is left behind. All of the chaos is here, and you're moving forward in a very light manner. There's not enough, because if you have this much of weight on your shoulders, how long will you travel? How long will you go? So you are simplifying your life with this full moon in Virgo in your eighth house. Then we have rose, joy. Rose is comforting and soothing, infusing your heart with soul, with gratitude. Oh God, I'm rushing. Rose is comforting and soothing, infusing your heart and soul with gratitude and joy, and helping you to stay centered and loving towards yourself and others when it is needed most. Rose reminds you to be open to the sweetness of life and supports your personal growth, whatever the conditions surrounding you may be. So, again, that gossip or the challenge coming through the silence, the people around you, don't let them dictate your life, dictate your future. So, it shows that protect your heart, because rose also reminds me of love. Protecting your heart. Rose also comes with the thorns. So life is again the mix of good and the bad people. And in between all of this, you must not focus on the bad things. All you should focus is your joy, taking care of the self. So yeah, it goes with the sun Rahu. The last one is my breath can change my day. Today I will focus on taking deep, calming breaths. Inhale to the count of 4, hold for another 4, exhale to the count of 6. Repeat a few times throughout the day. So this is again the 8th house revival, full moon in the Virgo. This is about taking a break, doing meditations and breathing exercises, and to release all that burden, traveling lightly. Hey everyone, let's talk about Pisces. For Pisces, okay, a lot happening in your first house. Sun, Rahu, Mercury, all in Pisces, where the Mercury gets debilitated. You are overthinking in the month of March. Too much of thinking by looking into the past, by looking into how others were treating you or they're treating you right now. If you feel unloved, then the voice in you is right now so harsh. the voices of other people. It's like you feel more. You feel more. Whatever is being said, the feeling is multiplied, super intense. And then you have Saturn in the 12th house, which just brings that heaviness of, okay, something is not good, something is not good. That kind of feeling is there. So I think the sun in your chart rules the 6th house, and it's with Rahu in the 1st house. This is about being there, fighting, staying strong wherever you are. So you decided not to run away but be there and see what happens. No longer any fear controls you, no longer any enemy or a person who is not so good to you. You're not afraid of it. No one can change your decisions here. No one can influence you in that way that you are leaving behind what you love the most in life. So there is revival of strength. All you have to do is to not to be so deeply anxious, because this can bring anxiousness, this transit of Rahu, Mercury and Sun in the 1st house. Anxiousness about what never happened and you don't know what's next, but still you are anxious by creating scenarios in your head. And Sun also shows worry regarding a father figure or someone who is important in your life, or worry regarding some senior at the work front, authority. And in the 7th house, there will be full moon in Virgo. Moon will join Ketu here. There's a lunar eclipse over here. So the 1st and the 7th house axis is so vital, which is about the connection with the world, reconnecting with the world in a different way. It's not about just giving yourself away to people all the time and draining yourself, but participating in this world but not hurting yourself in that process. Meeting new people may happen, meeting certain strangers may happen who may bring some significant information, realization in you, new ideas for you. And you have Saturn, Venus, Mars in your 12th house this month. So the 12th Lord is along with the 8th Lord Venus. Unexpectedly, you may spend a lot. There can be a lot of expenditures. It could be related to your home, related to how you take care of yourself, your looks, your grooming. It could be unexpectedly, there are certain expenditures connected to your profession, maybe your business. You have to travel. There's a lot of cost you're paying to maintain your business, maybe a tax, maybe a certain loan. So your money is going there. So that there is this desire to save more or to grow more of your money. And Saturn will definitely help in the expansion of money, but it's all slow. Saturn is right now 2 places away from the 11th house. So it will give you that growth, but all slow, and with time it will happen. So this moon, full moon in the 7th house, I think this brings also the need to think practically in your partnerships, in your relationships or marriage, because there's one aspect which is about love and completely going blind in love, or completely going blind because of the trust you had. But then the reality kicks in, and then you understand that okay, I have to take care of so many things. I cannot fully rely on the other person. So, some reality check with this full moon is happening in your love life, in your relationship, or your public connections, where you will realize that there are certain things about your life where you should keep things in your hands. You cannot give away those um, authorities or the decisions to other people. How to limit um, yourself from others, not revealing every part of you to others. You may feel a bit vulnerable while connecting with others. So let's look into the messages. Okay. Begin now. Take your first step. So this goes with the sun in the first house. Take your first step. You're too fearful to take that first step. Or again, the first and seventh house axis, where you're afraid to leave certain people behind to chase your goals, but you have to. Okay. The second one is the Columbine. It says abundance. The Columbine encourages you to joyfully embrace life's bewildering array of uncertainties with the kind of confidence that doesn't require too much thought. Go with the flow with what feels right. Abundance is the knowledge and security that comes with the acceptance that all of your needs are being met. So again, it connects with the begin now. To go ahead and do what feels right. You don't have to be afraid of the uncertainties of life, like, okay, what lies ahead? So if you're afraid of this, then you won't even take one step ahead. And I think this movement, this forward movement, is bringing abundance. The last one is I'm happy. Today I chose to freely show the world my small and big reasons for happiness. I welcome others to bask in the glory of glory. Maybe it is the glory. There is huge success which you will see. Look how this is sparkling and shining. I welcome others to bask in the glow of my joy. So you're not only joyful, but you're bringing a lot of people into your circle and you're giving your glow to them also. Maybe it is about others being happy in your happiness. If it's a dream for you, it's coming true. Others will also be happy with you, with your success. So you are choosing happiness. This is the affirmation for the month of March, or maybe for your whole life. This is a very great affirmation to say loudly.